I run a lot of workshops. I'm a groupie. I love groups. So I run a lot of workshop in Byron Bay Treatment Center for Addiction. So I go every 5 weeks there, plus here in Sydney, and a lot of training. And everything is different. So this one is again a little bit different. Sort of intention here is about learning. And I've been, I came to Australia 48 years ago with intention to stay here 2 years. And I was really homesick for many years. I would go on my knees back. However, my partner became a gambler, so life had a different way of dealing with us. So, and 25 years ago, or 30 probably now, I call it, I have a nervous breakdown, but was a really nervous breakthrough. That was the time that I knew I have to take responsibility for myself instead of thinking my partner will make me happy or, provide that for me. So I feel really fortunate that I have that breakdown. And then I went into Gestalt therapy, but always only I knew I had to understand more where I came from, my conditioning, generational back. How come I came to Australia, the only one, So I did a lot of searching for myself. And so I went in Gestalt therapy. And again, I didn't go to be a therapist. At that time, I didn't even think that I could be a therapist. I only went because I knew I had to do my work. And then one day I was a family therapist already, went to a Constellation at the conference, Gestalt conference, and a woman did, a Constellation, and she said she chose me to be her representative. And I went, I don't know what to do. And, they said, well, just step in. Halfway through, I thought, this is not about her constellation. This is about my constellation. It was like my mind was blown away. And on the end, I said, I'm so sorry. I feel like I stole constellation from you. She said, not at all. Everything what you said was. And I was hooked. I was addicted. I just knew that we're dealing with another level, not only intellectual, another level, the field, the higher intelligence, higher power, whatever we want to call it. And went to Germany straight away next year and again and again. And again, I don't go because to train myself. I just love this work, and then, it just happens. So for me, this work is a very precious in a way that we can't just really learn. We have to be called for. And if it's our time, then it just worked through us. And I'm really grateful to Hellinger, although there are some things that I don't, wouldn't go his way. But I think the main thing was that I call it, was fearless and step out of comfort zone. And I really respect that. And so I've been to Germany the last 2 years and really working with SNE, seeing through the eyes of the soul. I always knew that there is a bigger, something, not just me, personality structure, essence, self, or whatever. And just work with that and really feel and know that there is a bigger, much more wiser essence in us than just who I think I am. So I do now a lot in my workshop or my training from this angle. And then sometimes, we have to go back, ancestry, but sometimes it's just looking, like for me, I can see it. It's like, how in a lot of Christian way, I think they said, the dark night of the soul. And I just have to go through that dark night of the soul before I come out. So I like to look at that from that perspective. Because we have only an hour and a half, so I usually like to do a lot of small groups too, so that everybody experience that. Sometimes if you sit 2 hours and you just sit and not being involved can be a bit annoying. Well, for me, it can be. So, however, today it's a bit, here is a bit different. So, but we will do some, I don't know if everybody, first I would like, if it's any question that you have, not that I want to go too much into debate at the moment, but later on if it's any other question. But maybe somebody is sitting on something that you want to ask before we go. No? Otherwise, I would ask, first, I would really ask us all to close our eyes, just for a moment, close our eyes, and just feeling, sitting. You okay there? Just here, being here and now, on the 22nd of February. Just notice how you feel, what you're experiencing in your body. There is no right or wrong, just allow it to be how you are. Just notice and check in. How am I? How am I? Just allow yourself to really be how you are. And then I would like you to imagine in the background behind you, it's your soul or your essence. Everybody has a bit different, name for that, for the part of us that got you on this planet and will go with us again. So just your soul, and just notice yourself how you feel about that. Does that bring you sort of comfort, or is it a bit scary? Just notice. And won't go too much into it, but if you just, in your imagination, just ask your soul, your essence, what's my main lessons in this lifetime or at the moment? What's my main learning? And just see if you can hear, not from your intellect, but from the other still voice within. And then just gently, slowly, when you're ready, just come back here. So we will have one demonstration that I like to do when I'm working with people with addiction and depression, okay? You stand here and choose somebody to represent your addict part. You know, the addict part. Just somebody who represents your addict part. Okay, and then I would like you to position your addict part in relation to you, how you are. Very far away or very close or entangled with you or holding you. Just position this one. Try not to think too much. Just look at that and position. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, this is a very, very unhealthy move. It's like, I don't want even to see you, go away. So the way I do it's like, look at the addict part of you. We all have that addict part in us. Just look at that. Okay? And just say, thank you for you where you were when you were there when I needed you.
Thank you to be here. I need you.
When I did needed you.
When I did
Need you.
I need you.
Yeah. How are you? What are you experiencing there?
It's a lie.
It's what?
It's a lie.
Uh-huh.
You are a liar.
Uh-huh.
I lie.
A lie.
You're a liar.
Okay. So we won't go because this is not, I usually go, may take half an hour. But here what I would do is to addict part needs to go in this side, okay? In this side, and then you need to choose somebody to represent your future and good life. Okay, step here. Step here. Yeah, and just look at that. See, the thing is, when we don't want to see our problems or addict or depression, it just gets bigger until we don't look at that. And it's here, never go away, but not in front of us, so that we have much more focus here. What's happened now?
I feel very good.
Uh-huh.
I want to go there, but something catch me here. I want to be there, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I couldn't go there.
not ready yet to go there, yeah? Yeah,
But it's really attractive for me.
yeah. And what's happened when you see the addict there?
I don't like to look at it.
Yeah, well, that's very often the difficulty with people with addiction. They don't want to look at it, and it just gets bigger. Just look at it and say, I see you too.
I see you too.
And I need to focus, and I want to focus on my life now.
And I like to focus in my life now.
On my life.
On my life.
Yeah.
now.
So now here behind, usually people who, with addiction, they go to 12 step or something. Somebody that would be support for you. Who would be, what kind of person? What would be support? Friend or family or what? Who
Some
would be?
important people.
Okay.
Maybe some teachers or something.
Okay. And also then look around and choose somebody to represent your soul behind you or beside you. Okay. Just find your place. Uh-huh. Yeah, you see, that's usually, it's really good because you can see that she doesn't want to see the addict part. And I would probably, in every day, like in a workshop, I would need to do a bit more work around that area.
I know in heart that I have to, but it's
Yes,
so heavy.
of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, the other, which I won't go into that at the moment, but usually I said bow to the addict part, because otherwise it's like still that energy. Bow to the addict part, and then you come in your own body here and now.
Is that all of us? Or?
That's up to her. Yeah. Yeah. See, because addiction, we make it usually wrong. Addiction is medicating our feelings and whatever is happening that it's too much to be with it, and we have to, drugs, alcohol, anything that we do. Aha. How is that for you here and now?
It's better.
Yeah.
I feel like child now.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Okay. See here, and again, that's the therapist. Then you would need to say, that's okay, but you need to get up and be in your life standing and looking your life. We deal with that, but then we come back here. That's part of, one of the, that I like to do, to demonstrate now. Yeah? How is this? Maybe just check. How is the soul feeling here?
Solid, steady.
Steady, yeah? Yeah. And support there?
I'm at your service.
I'm at your service. And how is the addict there now?
Just
Yeah. Yeah. And you?
it was much better.
When it come, yeah. Come to your level more.
Yeah, when I've been here, when I've been here, I felt that I'm some kind of helper.
Right, yeah.
But now I'm some kind of enemy.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So, who? This one, you need to de-roll him, get him out of the addict. Yeah. I have no idea. Any question or comments now about that? Was that making sense, or how was that for people?
That was very good.
Uh-huh.
And I think it's great to be able to differentiate it's very good to differentiate your entanglements from your soul, or differentiate the addiction and the effect of the addiction.
Yeah.
And the possibility, by seeing that, the possibility of changing it.
That's right. Yeah.
Getting it out of the way, on lessening
To see
its importance.
Yeah. We need to see it. If it's only here, it's very
Yes.
difficult. Yeah. Yep. So, I have no idea what's the time or what else. Quarter to 9. So what else we will do? I usually bring, I'm not, bring the group in and see what the needed in group here. Invite you in. Any other needs or want to explore something again, or?
Yes, I'm curious about the soul of my mother who's dying right now, and
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
questions about the impact of being with her or not being with her.
Okay, good one. Good one. Can you come here?
Sure.
No, I think that's a really important one. Yeah. How old is your mother?
About 80,
Just have a seat.
88.
88. And you looking after her? Or
No, she's demented and she's in a care facility.
Okay.
She's been there for years.
Right. And your your difficulty around that is?
Just not knowing what the right action is to care for her
Yeah.
at this transition.
Yeah. So choose somebody for your mother here. And again, if you don't want to be filmed, just say no. It's okay. Yeah?
I'd like you to be my mum.
You okay? I don't know. Who is she? Yeah? Yeah? Good. Just come and stand here. Yeah, just maybe here. And you sit here. And just look at that. That's your mother. Just take a moment and what comes in your body right now when you see this?
I want to say her name,
Say.
Gwen.
And what?
Say hello.
Hello, I'm your daughter.
Yeah, it's really all you can say. It actually doesn't get much. Hello, Gwen, I'm your daughter. And I want to know what you want at this stage. What's beneficial for you? What I can do.
Yeah.
Whether it matters whether I do something or not. what the best action is.
What's happening for you right now?
I feel like I want to move, but I'm not sure if that's. I want to know the right thing.
Mm.
Quite badly, apparently. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, choose somebody to represent her soul.
Okay.
Yes, very important. Yeah? Oh, look at that. She's already here.
I want to join them.
You want to join them?
Yeah.
Okay. Go and see, yeah? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also look around and choose somebody to represent your soul.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah? You got somebody? Okay. So what's happening for Mother Soul here?
I'm just very peaceful, and I can see the love in her, and it's a beautiful reflection.
How is the mother? Anything you want to say to your daughter?
I'm calm, relaxed, and at peace.
So maybe even this now you can let go because she's connected to her soul. And then, like I'm very clear now. Then you need to do what you need to do each day as it comes. But that you connected with your soul now. And then it's easier to be in a wise way to serve your mother until it's necessary. How is that for you now?
I'm oscillating between feeling like there's actually nothing that I can do wrong or anything that I can't do that would be, don't quite know how to say it, that everything's all right, that I really like having connections. It feels really tender and sweet and loving, and I get a bit wobbly when we let go. Yeah, but I realise I can't do anything wrong. That's not quite the right way.
I just want to say, all you have to do is love.
That's it. Your presence. Yeah? Look at that. That's all. Your touch and your presence. Yeah.
I keep going.
Yeah. Take her. Just surrender. Allow her to be held. Her soul is behind her. Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Maybe just have for a moment. I usually like, if you want to say anything, what that meant for you. Or
I'm not sure, but it's very moving, and even just to speak about it is moving, and I feel really, really hot, really hot. And sort of a very ethereal sort of peace is going on, and a bit of vibrating with that.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit more understanding about it. I get caught up in the doing part. I know the being part, but the doing part is confusing, but that feels like I'm surer.
Mm-hmm. Yes, beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm glad you did that. Touch me too.
Thank you.
Thank you. It so often happen this, like just, it's hard to put into words for me, especially working from the soul perspective, that in our culture we don't do much, we just very much intellectual and who we are, but we forget that. And just very often that happens, just touch the person in a deeper sense. I just love that. Yeah.
I thought it was immensely important because her mother in dementia couldn't express anything. And because she was in dementia, there was no communication. But with this, there was communication. So she knows, and she was able to say goodbye.
That's right.
And she's going to feel better because she has done something for that spirit.
Yeah. Beautiful. And who knows, maybe something tomorrow, something will change now. When I do this kind of work or with people, something will shift already doing this work.
Just wanted to say thank you, because in less than 10 minutes, I just saw how something big unraveled, I don't know, and it's a really nice inspiration, yes.
Thank you. I very often call it less is more.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm aware of the time, and it is 5 minutes. Yes, please.
Can I just thank you for that experience? Because I nursed my sister and she had dementia, and it was just beautiful just to be there holding her hands.
I know.
Thank you.
Happen all the time. Thank you. It was a gift for you too. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Can I just say something?
Yes, please. Yes, Susan.
I want to thank you too, because my mother passed the same day as my granddaughter was born. And I chose to be with my daughter and granddaughter and couldn't be with my mother. So I was like saying it with you. Thank you.
So when was that, Susan?
That was 8 years ago now, but
yeah.
I had to make the choice because we were in different towns
Yes.
to stay with my daughter who had just delivered a baby, or to go with my mother. And I stayed with my daughter.
Yeah.
But I have always loved my mother and very much, and so I don't think I've ever really said goodbye to her properly.
Wow. Okay. Well, do you want to do something here? Yeah. Everybody okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Great. So that's 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, choose somebody for your mother here. Just look around and. Okay. How old was she?
She was 84.
Just take a moment and just see what you want to say to your mother. How it was.
I was always there for her, but I couldn't be there for her that.
Tell her directly. Tell her directly.
I was always there for you, but I couldn't be there. And I know she would even want me to stay with my daughter and granddaughter. But I miss you. And I've had another granddaughter born on the same day, a month ago.
She knows.
So two of them.
It would have been nice if you could be there, but it was important when you did. And what's more important is that you feel peace, because I feel peace. A lifetime of love is what counts.
Yeah.
A lifetime of love. And I love you so much.
And just before we go, choose somebody for her soul. See, for me that is so I will say something later.
Sometimes I regret it, not being there.
Yes, say, I regret.
Sometimes I regret not
Yeah.
being there.
Yeah.
Are
Can't
you?
be everywhere.
Yeah.
It's okay. She was my great-granddaughter.
Yeah.
You were
And just
looking
say,
after her for me.
and just say, and I carry that regret with dignity.
And I carry that regret with dignity.
Fits right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That feels really right.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I just was always there for you. And
Uh-huh.
That's what counts.
yeah.
And how is the soul in the background?
I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm present and they're having their
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
I just love you so.
Uh-huh.
She's a beautiful child.
I know. You're a good grandmother.
And she knows the story. She holds the story, really proudly.
Like me, say.
Yeah, like me. She tells
Yes.
all the other grandchildren that she's special because she was born the day you died.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
We met in the doorway.
Maybe said, I let you go now. One day we will meet, but not yet.
I'll let you go now. One day we'll meet, but not yet. Just good to see.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad you did that because sometimes just that to
Yes.
see it, it's so important.
Thank you.
Thank you. I find even, I have 2 sons and 6 grandchildren, and sometimes see my sons struggling in different ways. But now that I know and I imagine the soul behind, it's just, I let go. I let go. It's we cannot even control or, influence much. I just surrender them to their soul, and it's such a dignity and respect and being in my own life.